Norway is one of the best countries to visit if you're a nature lover, and if you prefer cities, it will also leave you truly impressed. There are numerous glaciers and beautiful waterfalls, or some of the world's most inhospitable areas, generally southern Norway, is better known the most touristic areas. Where one of the most famous fjords and main cities are located, stay with me to learn these curiosities about Norway. You will embark on a journey that will reveal what life is like in this country. Surprising places, features of its culture and geography. Number 1. Did you know? In Norway, you can experience 3 of the most fascinating natural phenomena: the northern lights, the midnight sun, and the polar night. Since about 50% of its territory is above the Arctic Circle, totaling about 37.6 square miles. Number 2. The northern lights occur from late September to late March. When solar particles interact with the Earth's magnetic field, they are drawn towards the poles and come into contact with nitrogen and oxygen atoms. This process causes brief, luminous flashes that can be observed from our planet. Number 3. The midnight sun occurs when the sun does not set on the horizon, providing 24 hours of light. In northern Norway, this happens approximately from late April to late August. Number 4. The polar night also occurs in northern Norway from late November to mid-January. That means that the sun does not rise above the horizon for 24 hours, so it is always night during this time. The closer a place is to the North Pole, the longer and darker night will be. Number 5. Therefore, they believe that all of Norway has 24 hours of darkness in winter and light in summer. That's totally wrong. In southern Norway and generally in the area below the Arctic Circle, neither the polar night nor the midnight occur. Okay, take an example for it. In Oslo, which is the Norwegian capital, in summer the sets around 11 at night and rises between 3 and 4 in the morning, which are many hours of light. Although the sun still sets meanwhile, in Oslo's winter the night can last up to 18 hours. Number 6. Trolls are creatures from Norse mythology that live in rocks or caves of different sizes, but all with a monstrous appearance and dangerous to humans. The vast majority of Norwegians do not believe in trolls, elves, or fairies, which is not the case in another Nordic country, Iceland, where a significant part of Icelanders believe in them, or at least do not deny their existence. These beings are so important in Norway that there are dozens of places in the country related to them. Number 7. Norway has a Viking past. These warriors ruled what is now Norwegian territory from around 800 to 1066. One of the most famous Vikings is Eric the Red, born in what is now northern Norway, who founded the first European settlement in Greenland. His son, the Icelander Leif Erikson, is considered the first European to reach North America, where he has established Finland. Number 8. It is the parliamentary monarchy. The current monarch of Norway is King Harald, and the queen consort is his wife, Sonja of Norway. Norway's independence from Sweden occurred in 1905, and Norwegian citizens chose to establish a monarchy as their form of government. This decision was believed to strengthen Norway's legitimacy among other European monarchies. Number 9. Due to Norway's magnificent natural landscapes, several famous and successful movies have been filmed in the country. Number 10. Norway has the world's second longest coastline, measuring 100,915 kilometers. All right, here you go. Number 11. Norway's most famous and astonishing geological formations are the fjords. These are narrow and deep inlets of water surrounded by high cliffs, created by the erosion of glaciers that have melted over the millennia, leaving flooded valleys. Number 13. One of the most common ways to visit all these fjords are cruises, which can be trips from a single day to several weeks. Major coastal cities like Bergen, Ålesund, and Stavanger are often starting points or stops. Number 14. Soen Fjord is one of Norway's longest and deepest fjords, and one of the most amazing in the world, stretching 127 miles from the Atlantic Ocean coast to the small village. Its water reached depth of up to 4,291 feet. Number 15. Lisa Fjord is another of Norway's most well-known and visited fjords located in the Rogaland region in the southwest of the country. It is approximately 26 miles long, and its rock walls reach heights of up to 3,280 feet. Number 16. Preikestolen is one of the most amazing places in Lysefjord. It is a rock formation 1,982 feet above the Lysefjord, offering beautiful panoramic views of the landscape. Number 17. Geiranger Fjord is another one of the famous fjords. It is about 9.3 miles long and is surrounded by mountains up to 4,593 feet high. It is particularly known for its waterfalls, such as the Seven Sisters, which fall from a height of 820 feet. The rock formation known as Troll's Tong is one of the places in Norway associated with trolls. Number 19. Another places associated with trolls is Trolls rode a winding mountain road with 11 tight turns. Number 20. There's also Trollvegen, or the Troll Wall, considered the highest vertical cliff in Europe, with 3,609 feet from its base to its highest point according to legend. The sharp rocks at the top are the trolls that were petrified when the sunlight hit them. The Flam Line is the most famous tourist train in Norway. It covers a 12.4 miles route between the town of Flam and the mountain station, allowing passengers to see valleys, waterfalls, mountains, and pass through several tunnels. Number 22. Another well-known train line is the Bergen Railway, which connects Oslo and Bergen crossing fjords, waterfalls, valleys, and the Harden National Park, the largest mountain plateau in Northern Europe. Number 23. The most famous and visited Norwegian national park is Jotunheimen National Park, meaning home of the giants, known for its beautiful mountainous landscape, which includes numerous peaks over 6,562 feet. For number 24, in southwest Norway is Jostedalsbreen, the largest glacier in the continental Europe, covering about 188 square miles. Number 25, it can be said that the southernmost Norwegian territory is not in Europe, but at the South Pole in Antarctica. Norway has 3 dependent territories on this continent. Number 26, the most celebrated day by Norwegians is Constitution Day every May 17th, featuring large parades in the streets of major cities. The largest is in Oslo, where about 100,000 people gather with a parade featuring music bands, passing by the royal palace for the royal family to greet from balcony. Number 28, the traditional Norwegian costume worn by both women and men on Constitution Day and other festivities is the bunad. Each region of Norway has its own style of bunad, but they are usually made of high-quality materials like wool, linen, and silk, and adorned with embroidery, lace, and silver details. These costumes can be passed from generation to generation. Considered valuable family heirlooms, crafting a bunad can take a lot of time and effort, and handmade ones can be quite expensive. Number 28, skiing as an activity is believed to be 9,000 to 10,000 years old, but the Norwegian son Norheim is considered the father of modern skiing, who introduced innovations to skis in the 19th century and popularized the sport in Norway. And number 29, alcohol consumption in Norway is permitted, but in regular stores. Only beverages with an alcohol concentration of less than 4.7% can be purchased for higher alcohol drinks. They must be bought at a state-owned supermarket. Number 30, another Norwegian law is the mandatory use of season-appropriate tires in winter and summer. Sterilizing dogs is illegal. It's considered beneficial to owners, but harmful to the animals. Certain dog breeds are banned, such as the Amstaff, American Pit Bull Terrier Fila, or many more. Bringing one of these dogs into the country could result in drastic measures on Sunday's activities generating excessive noise, such as playing loud construction music, work lawn mowing, or using noisy machinery are not allowed. Number 31, in Norway, Norwegian is spoken, but about 90% of people can speak English, a very high figure, considering that in countries like Canada, considered an English-speaking nation, only 75% speak it. Number 32, Norwegians drink a lot of coffee, about 4 to 5 cups a day, possibly influenced by the cold climate, as other Nordic countries also have high consumption. Coffee is consumed in cafes for breakfast, after dinner, or as dessert. It's also common during workdays in fika, which means a coffee break. Number 33, about 70% of Norwegians consider themselves members of the Church of Norway, but only 2% of the country's population are practitioners who regularly attend church. Number 34, air-dried skakod is essential in Norwegian culinary culture. They are dried outdoors on heel, which are wooden racks. You'll see them especially in the Loften Islands, where there is a favorable climate, with dry air and relatively cold weather. This food has been common since sea voyages, and trade clip fisk is also preserved in dried fish, but using salt, often also using cod. Number 35. One of the oldest Nordic games is Viking chess, which was played before modern chess, unlike modern chess, where both players have the same pieces, and the goal is to checkmate the opponent's king in Neftfall. One player controls the king and his defenders, while the other player controls the attackers, who try to capture the king. I hope you enjoyed learning about this fascinating Nordic country